Sí, cada vez que vengo aquí siento muy cómoda, siento en casa.
Those were not the words of a Spaniard. They were spoken by a young Filipina standing on center court in Madrid, smiling confidently as thousands of Spanish fans listened. What started as a routine post-match interview quickly became one of the most talked-about moments in women's tennis. Within hours, the clip spread across social media, and fans around the world suddenly saw a completely different side of Alex Eala. The scoreline that afternoon read 6-3, 6-3, but the real story began after the final point. The match was impressive, yet it was what happened with the microphone in her hand that truly captured global attention. To understand why that moment mattered, we have to go back just a few weeks. Alex Eala had already shocked the tennis world at Wimbledon. She defeated defending champion Iga Swiatek in straight sets, winning a dramatic first-set tiebreak before dominating the second set. It became one of the biggest victories of her career and made history as she became the first Filipina ever to reach the round of 16 at Wimbledon. Although her run ended against Jasmine Paolini in 3 sets, the tournament pushed her to a career-high ranking of world number 28. Tennis fans now knew her as a fearless competitor capable of challenging the biggest names on tour. But Madrid revealed something completely different. Most people expected a simple interview in English after her opening round victory. After all, she was a Filipina competing on European clay against experienced international players. Instead, Alex smiled, looked toward the crowd, and began speaking fluent Spanish. The reaction inside the stadium changed instantly. Fans who expected a quick thank you suddenly found themselves listening to a natural, confident conversation. There was no hesitation, no memorized phrases, and no awkward pauses. She spoke as if she truly belonged there. Ironically, on the very same day, world number 4 Iga Swiatek also attempted a Spanish interview after her own victory. After jokingly ordering 2 sandwiches in Spanish, she laughed and admitted she knew very little before switching back to English. Suddenly, social media couldn't stop comparing the two moments. A Filipina had become one of the most fluent Spanish speakers among the WTA's biggest stars. Before the interview even happened, Alex had already earned everyone's respect with her tennis. Her opponent was Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova, a former Grand Slam finalist and one of the most experienced players on the tour. Yet Eala controlled the match from start to finish, winning 6-3, 6-3 without ever looking rattled. That victory earned her the center court interview. What happened next earned her something much bigger. The WTA itself highlighted the moment, publishing an article focused on the Spanish-speaking abilities of both Alex Eala and Iga Swiatek after their Madrid victories. That alone said a lot. The official governing body of women's tennis wasn't just talking about forehands and rankings anymore. They were talking about Alex's personality, confidence, and connection with fans. During the interview, Alex thanked the crowd in Spanish and explained that every time she returned to Madrid, she felt at home. She spoke about traveling to Spain for years, about learning, improving, and feeling grateful every time she competed there. Then she shared one simple thought that brought the loudest applause of the entire interview. She admitted her goal was simply not to be afraid of speaking Spanish. The crowd immediately erupted. They weren't applauding perfect grammar. They were applauding courage. A young Filipina confidently embracing a language connected to centuries of shared history, and doing it with warmth, humility, and genuine respect. That was the exact moment the clip escaped the tennis world. Within hours, it spread across Threads, X, TikTok, Facebook, and Filipino communities everywhere. Fans flooded the comments with admiration. Some joked that one day she would recite José Rizal's famous Spanish novels. Others crowned her the future queen of the Spanish-speaking tennis world. Many simply celebrated how naturally she represented the Philippines on one of tennis' biggest stages. For long-time supporters, the Madrid interview confirmed something they had believed for months. Alex Eala wasn't becoming popular because of one upset. She was becoming one of the most unique personalities in world tennis. The story reaches even deeper than sports. Spain ruled the Philippines for more than 3 centuries, leaving behind cultural traditions, family names, architecture, and language. Although Spanish is no longer widely spoken in the Philippines today, Alex learned it through years of training at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca. She didn't just study tennis there. She built a second home. Few people understand that journey better than Tony Nadal. The legendary coach who helped Rafael Nadal win multiple Grand Slam titles has watched Alex grow since she arrived at the academy as a teenager. Following her breakthrough performances, Tony praised not only her tennis but also her mentality, discipline, and ability to adapt to life in Spain. Those words carry enormous weight. When someone responsible for shaping one of the greatest champions in history publicly praises a young player, people notice. In many ways, Madrid represented the perfect meeting of those two worlds. A Filipina developed in Spain returned to compete in front of Spanish fans and address them in their own language with complete confidence. That combination is incredibly powerful. Eala isn't just connecting with one audience. She speaks naturally to fans across multiple cultures. English allows her to connect with global tennis audiences. Filipino connects her with millions of supporters back home and across the worldwide Filipino community. Spanish opens doors throughout Spain, Latin America, and huge tennis markets in the United States. Very few athletes possess that kind of international reach. As her popularity continues to grow, that ability becomes just as valuable as her results on court. The tennis season now moves quickly. Washington, the Canadian Open, Cincinnati, and finally, the US Open all lie ahead. Every tournament offers another opportunity to climb the rankings and continue proving that her Wimbledon breakthrough was no accident. There will be difficult matches. There will be setbacks. That's part of every great career. But one thing has become increasingly clear. Eala never hides from challenges. Whether it's facing top-ranked opponents or speaking another language before thousands of people, she embraces the moment instead of avoiding it. Only weeks after her unforgettable Wimbledon run, she stepped onto another big stage and reminded the world that her story is still just beginning. The Madrid interview wasn't simply about speaking Spanish. It showed confidence. It showed maturity. It showed a young athlete comfortable representing both her country and herself on the biggest stages in tennis. Perhaps that's why the moment resonated so deeply. It wasn't rehearsed. It wasn't manufactured. It was authentic. Eala showed the world exactly who she is. And maybe that's why millions of fans connected with her almost instantly. So here's the question. When Eala eventually stands on a Grand Slam court holding her first major trophy, which language do you think she'll use to begin her victory speech? Will it be English? Will it be Filipino? Or will she surprise the world once again by beginning in Spanish? Let us know your answer in the comments below. And if you've been following Eala from Miami to Wimbledon, from Madrid to Washington, make sure to subscribe because her journey is only getting started and the biggest chapters may still be ahead.